What's good, YouTube? This IQ Domino coming back at y'all with another motherfucker banger. Now today, I'm really gonna be going over just the some solid dating advice to really get y'all out of the hole. See, a lot of guys they kind of get lost and they lose themselves in dating because a lot of women, they play games. You don't know if a woman like you. You don't know if a woman, she wasting your time. You don't know if she just telling you what you want to hear. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of guys, man, they give up on dating because of the games, because of the rejection, or because of, the bad situations, And the reality of it is that it's not the situations that's really causing you to feel like you feel bad about it, or you feel like you're not good enough, or you feel like you need to work on yourself, or you feel like dating just not for you. It's not the actual situations, but the mindset that you have that's causing you to continuously go down this path of blaming yourself for not having situations to go the way you want them to go all of the time. You see, the whole point of you being in this game is for you to realize that it is a very ruthless world. It's a very the dating scene is a very ruthless place as well. Like, every scene in your life is ruthless. It's not just going to be one thing, but the way you cope with that is the problem. You see, a lot of guys, you find them going on diets, you find them working and going crazy hard on themselves in the gym. You find them, some guys do semen retention for the sake of, seeming a certain kind of way to get certain results with a woman or to feel good about themselves. But the reality of their situation is that they're still feeling the same way if, once they experience these things again. So you see, it's really the mindset that's keeping y'all from continuously going. And this is in the video I'm about to be breaking down. I'm gonna be showing y'all how to get out of that way of thinking. You know what I'm saying? And one of the biggest things that will get y'all out of that way of thinking is understanding the first big thing, which is you have to be good with it and you have to be good without it. Now, in a real way, you have to really self-analyze. You see, a lot of guys, when they hear things like that, they think to themselves, I can just say this to myself and I'm good. Nah, you have to realize that your mind is a tool that has been conditioned and has been made through all of your life. You know what I'm saying? So you just telling yourself one time, hey man, I'm good with it or I'm good without it. You could tell yourself that, right? But at the end of the day, when you really hear that and you hear yourself say that, it's a good chance you will not believe it. You know what I'm saying? Because the reality of things is that you have already been programmed to think in a way where
Sync has connected to your phone and is reminding you that
if you don't get the reward, then it's going to make you feel like you're not good enough. But to be good without it means that you have to actually be good without it. And what does that mean exactly? Because a lot of people, they assume that they know what things means, but being good without it doesn't mean that you tell yourself and you conversate with yourself to convince yourself that you're good without it. It's to really be good without it. And what that looks like is that you actually have to enjoy being yourself. And to do that, you have to really know what you're living for, right? You have to know, you have to have a real purpose behind waking up every day, outside of, having fun, outside of, just doing whatever comes your way and going with the flow. All that means is that you're just letting the world decide what is valuable to you. You're letting the world decide what's important to you. And in reality, you're supposed to know what's important to you and what's valuable to you. So that has to be your first stepping stool before you even run into a woman. I'm not telling y'all to give up on dating, but what I'm telling y'all is that it's very vital for y'all to know what y'all want out of life. Because if you don't know, you're going to always be running in circles wondering why do I feel depressed? Why do I feel like I'm not good enough? Why I keep running to this problem? Why I keep running to that problem? It's because you're not good without it. You know what I'm saying? You're not good without a woman. You feel like you need a woman. You know what I'm saying? You're not good without, doing these certain things that are not good, that you might know is not good for you. And it's because you don't have a real purpose. You haven't really built real reasoning that's connected to an overall purpose, a overall desire. You know, a desire can be a purpose. That's what all purpose starts from, by the way, guys. It starts from a desire. It don't start from nothing else outside of the desire. What I realize is this, though, man, and the world will convince you otherwise. They will have you thinking that, you know, you have to do things a certain way, and this way is the right way. And the truth of the matter is that you can do whatever the fuck you really want to do. You see, a lot of people, they don't have that mindset of realizing they can do whatever the fuck they want to do because they lean so hard on moral codes and moral guidances and preaches somebody something that somebody has preached to them, and they just held on to them because it made sense by what they felt in that moment. But when you actually sit back and you question these ways of thinking, you'll realize very quickly that it really has never served you. And if you look and you use it and you think in the future, it never will serve you in the future either. So you have to really condition yourself and realize that that's your first step in realizing that I have to get over this to get to the idea of what I really want. You know what I'm saying? Not because a lot of times, bro, that's what makes people think of the way of things seem cool. But if you really think about everything that I said, it's from everything outside of what you've created for yourself. So if you're following that, you're actually seeking validation. You're actually seeking excuses. You're not seeking your desires. You're not seeking, your purpose. And that can hold you back whenever you meet a woman, because at the end of the day, because you have been seeking validation through your everyday move, and you don't have any real built reasoning that you have built for yourself mentally, a woman comes along, the world has already conditioned you to think a certain way where you're going to automatically praise that woman and seek for that woman's validation when you're conversating with her. You're going to always feel like you got to explain yourself. You're going to always feel like you got to you're going to find yourself over-explaining. You're going to find yourself asking her questions about the way she views things for the sake of making you feel a certain kind of way so you can feel good about yourself. And the reality of it is that you care so much is because you're not good without it. And a lot of times, bro, guys they wanna get to the point where it's like, oh, I want all of these women, but it's like, why? And then they be like, I wanna have a wife. Why? I wanna have a woman that I can spend the rest of my life with. Why? And they can't give you can't find a real reason behind why. That's because you're lonely. You're not good without it. It's a difference between being alone and lonely. A lot of you motherfuckers are lonely. And because you're lonely, whenever a woman comes across, you're gonna move in a way of desperation. You're gonna move in a way of, I need this, I am lacking. And it's not because you don't have women, it's because you don't have love. You see, that's the key. That's the biggest key that a lot of guys that they miss out on, and they're gonna always miss the target of, is because that self-love, it lacks so big that they think that they can get love from the outside world. But the reality of it is that nothing from the outside world matters if you don't have love in yourself, and you're gonna always run everything that's close to you away because you don't have that love for yourself. You see, the truth is this: you have to love yourself. But how can you love yourself when you don't know why? And this is what the world keeps you from seeing. A lot of guys, they don't get a chance to really visit this, is because there are so many distractions around you that it's easy to say, I'll do it tomorrow. There's so many distractions around you that it's easy to say, oh, I'm good, bro, I had a good day. There's so many distractions that can make you feel good about a situation where you're not really feeling good. And I'm talking about society is so surgical with this shit. If you actually sit back and you think about it, semen retention, and I'm not against it, but if you really look at the practice of what it really does, a lot of guys' intentions are, but I'm not against it, like I say, because I understand the discipline behind it, and the dick discipline behind it, and I'm all about dick discipline. But a lot of guys do it for the sake of gaining attention. You know what I'm saying? They do it for the sake of being seen. They do it for the sake of other people around them looking at them and feeling and thinking about them a certain kind of way. But the reality of it is that it's all in their head. They don't have any result of people saying you just seem different, or they don't have any result of people, they are actually getting different results in their life. A lot of times these guys will be in the same situation to be the same person, but they just feel different. They getting the same results, but they feel different. You know what I'm saying? And that's not real love. Real love is, I'm not having the best day in the world, but I'm distracting myself with myself. My own self-conversation that pushes me towards discipline. My own self-talk that pushes me towards getting things done. My own self-talk that goes me to make these posts and make these videos. My own self-talk that makes me, shoot my shot on a woman. It's my own self-talk. And that evolution of understanding that I have so much more to learn and I have came from so far, that makes you understand why it's so cool to be confident yet humble. You know what I'm saying? It's a combination of both, but you can't have that by telling yourself certain things and doing certain things to make you feel good about a situation, when you're honestly, if you be truthful about your situation, you're in the exact same situation. So, man, join the Patreon, man. Join the Calendly, man. Set up a program. Let's get this one-on-one going to get you out of this. But in this video, you're gonna be able to work. You're gonna have a good enough, foundation to get started, whatever direction you decide to go. And that's my whole point, to give y'all a solid foundation, an understanding of why you're feeling this way in a real way. It's not the women, it's you. Because once you get past this, you'll understand that women, you have an abundance of women. There are a lot of women out here that want to fuck you. There are a lot of women out here who want to be in relationships with you. There are a lot of women who like talking to you. There are a lot of women who want to give you attention. There are a lot of women who, want to meet the desires that you want, but you have to know what it is. You can't just make one up. You have to really sit down and talk to yourself and ask yourself real questions behind why. You know what I'm saying? Because your end goal should never be a woman. Your end goal should be the mentality of being able to continuously live for the love of who you are. Once you live for that, you will find yourself living in a way of abundance. You see, a lot of guys, they want to play games, or they want to lie, they want to manipulate. And a lot of guys y'all run across, y'all know that these motherfuckers, they lying, they manipulating, they pretending. But in reality, you don't have to do that. But you just don't know what else to do. And what I'm telling y'all is, man, y'all got to start finding different ways to connect with who you are. The more you connect with who you are, the easier everything is going to get, because you're going to know what you're thinking. You're going to be better at exercising thinking. You're going to be better at exercising expression. You're going to be better at exercising changing the way you feel for the sake of moving towards where you want to go. Or understanding a woman in the same way, because she's a human being. She's just, not like us. We can actually, if we think about it, we can find the solution, or we can go to somebody and learn and find a solution. You know what I'm saying? And put ourselves in a position to continuously learn what's important to us. We know what's important to us. Women, they have to be told what's important to them. You know what I'm saying? So it's different, but at the end of the day, it's up for a man, it's up for us to find out and continuously discover what's important to us. But the whole point I'm trying to get at is this. You have to start getting into things that make you connect with yourself. And it's really a way of thinking, but you have to think for yourself. And this is what I mean, man. Whenever I do poetry, for example, whenever I do poetry, I'm thinking about what I see. I'm thinking about, the gristle on the trees, the lime green, leaves, or the wind blowing on my face, or, the smell of the grass and I can literally smell the pollen in the air. I can literally, smell the water in the distance. I can, by connecting with my senses, I can see what's going on, and I can also connect with the way that it makes me feel, calming, relief, understanding that I'm in the fucking hood. I hear people making noise, I hear cars, I hear music, whatever the case might be. I understand what I think, I understand what I feel, but I allow myself to be in the moment with that. Whenever I am writing, I can understand the why behind the why, but I also know the point that I'm making, and I can come to an overall conclusion of what I can do next, or what I think about the moment, or what I feel about it, or my perspective of the overall topic, or whatever it is. I can connect with that, and by me connecting with that, I find out more about myself, because I'm allowing myself to discover what's actually going on within me. By you continuously practicing those kind of things, whenever I box, I understand why, I understand what I need to do, what I need to, and it's honestly a form of conditioning my mind to continuously put in the work. So whenever I spar, I can see the work being executed. So when I practice my jab, I throw it 1,000 times. I can see whenever I get in a ring that my jab has improved and is way more effective, and I'm still at a distance from my opponent from just practicing that. And now I can think, how do I set this up better? All because my jab got better after 1,000 times that I did it. So it's really you got to really just put yourself in position to live and learn and learn, because you're not just learning how to do things. Let's say you learn how to do art. It's gonna be a point where you practicing the basics, but those basics gonna turn into some advanced shit eventually, because it's gonna be more than just the basics to you. And that's what I mean, bro. You gotta really have a form of confidence. It's gonna be a form of confidence, but a form of humility. And you're gonna be good without the woman, because life is full of lessons. It's full of adventure. It's full of fun. It's full of things that you can do. It's full of unexpected events. It's full of so much that you really are good without it. I'm gonna be honest, you're good without a woman, honestly. But that's what makes you attractive. It's because you begin to be attracted to you. You're attracted to your own improvement. You're attracted to your own way of thinking. You're attracted to figuring out more about yourself. And when you begin to do that, what you will begin to realize is you literally don't care. But you have to still lock in on that mentality of, I'm good with it, I'm good without it. Because with that mentality and moving forward in your life, what you begin to realize is this: you don't have to get validation from, and what I mean by validation, people don't have to like you. People don't have to, accept you. People can look at you and say that you're the problem, but you are connected to who you are, so you know if you are the problem or not. When you're connected to who you are, you know your thinking process behind everything. Now, whether or not you go about it the way that you should have, or you can go about it a better way, is up to you. But it's a form of humility of understanding that I don't need anyone else's approval to understand if I'm right or if I'm wrong. I know if I'm right or if I'm wrong from simply the experiences that I experienced. And by you going through that, you'll be able to actually continuously grow. you'll be able to continuously move forward. And it's not about you, getting the reward. It becomes about you being the person that's comfortable taking the action. And that's the biggest reward of all, because you can continuously get what you want. No matter what, you're going to continuously get what you want.
Sync has connected to your phone and is reminding you that 911 is...
Which is you. You're going to get what you want, which is you. And by you continuously getting that, and you continuously, you're going to attract women as well. And you're going to move in a way that bro, I hope I got some of shit with this video. I don't remember the last part I said, but I will say you're going to start moving in a way that's going to allow you to get what you want, which is, more confidence in women. But even more than that, you're going to start getting more women, because the way you behave, the way you act, the way you move, you're going to really have an understanding that I don't really need you to tell me that I'm good to know that I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I don't really need you to smile for me to smile. I don't really need you to laugh for me to think that to laugh. I don't really need you to understand that, to think that I have to wait on you to flirt with you or to come at you like I want to fuck you, if that's what I want to do. And when you move like that, you become free, because you're no longer seeking, you're no longer waiting on somebody else to tell you that you need to move this way. You're just gonna move that way because it's something that you want to do. Now, whether other people like it, whether other people don't like it, it doesn't matter. And that mentality is gained through loving yourself. And this is why a lot of you guys, when y'all are in this dating field, y'all in this dating game, y'all feel so bad about yourselves, because y'all haven't unlocked the mentality yet. Y'all haven't really gave this mentality enough attention. And a lot of people gonna mistake this as being nonchalant. But if you really listen to what I said, it's not nonchalant. It's acceptance. It's acceptance of whatever happens around you. It's acceptance. You accept what happened around you because it doesn't matter. Your life doesn't change. Whether a woman say yes or no to you, it doesn't change your life. Your life gonna be the exact same way as it's always been, which is entirely up to you. You can just go back to that. It's nothing gonna change. Nothing changes. When you understand that, that's when you start focusing on being good without it. Like, that has to be your primary. You want to be good with it, but you want to be good without it first. A lot of you motherfuckers want to be good with it, and y'all ain't even good without it. It's not a thing that you just tell yourself. It's something that you literally embody. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to really earn that mindset. Like, a lot of guys, they want to trick themselves into having that mindset. Oh man, this is what I think. This is how I feel. And, I heard him say that, so that's cool. Let me see what that's like. And they pretend, and not really understanding that, bro, you got to go through them trials, bro. You got to go through them things where, you do want to cling on to a woman. You got to go through that. You got to go through that. You got to go through that feeling. And then telling yourself after you do that, asking yourself real questions like, why do I really feel like this? Why do I feel like I want to fuck with this girl like this? You got to go through that. You got to go through the phase of realizing that, bro, she really don't like me, but she really sucking my dick. She don't like me, but I'm really slutting her out. And I know she don't like me. You know what I'm saying? You got to go through that. And it might be, you got to go through a stage of going through rejections and a woman saying no, and then meeting a woman she say yeah, and y'all end up being cool. You got to go through that. You know what I'm saying? If you never went through that, you cannot just tell yourself, oh yeah, bro, that's how I feel, because you don't. You just got to really go through that with that mindset in mind. Like, you got to have that in mind, pushing forward. Like, I'm good with it, I'm good without it. Like, and you got to put yourself first. You can't go about your life thinking to yourself like, hey man, I'm gonna do any and everything. You know, so you can't go about it. I'm just gonna do anything and expect you to just get the mentality, and you ain't even thinking about what it really means to be good without it. You ain't really, you know, living for you. Every time somebody else come in your life, you want to cancel everything for that woman. You know, you got things planned. You want to cancel everything to match that woman. You in a certain situation, you want to say, fuck my situation. I'm gonna put my situation to the side so I can meet this woman. Like, when you're not good without it, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can't lie to yourself about it. You gotta really set up a situation where it's real. You know what I'm saying? If it's not real, you're not gonna be able to just lie to yourself and get the result of that mentality. You can't lie to yourself about that. Only thing that's gonna do is make you realize that you are fake, and it's gonna make you feel bad about you, because you're going to run it. You're going to start doing things and making decisions that's really just phony. But that's also something that you got to go through too. You know what I'm saying? You have to go through that. Like, that's why a lot of times
to your phone and is reminding you that 911 assist is set.
That's why a lot of times, bro, I don't even be feeling bad for people, because I really understand, like, this is a part of the game. Like, this is a part of how this shit's supposed to go. Like, if you haven't talked to somebody about that, if you haven't watched this video, y'all ain't watched my content, if y'all haven't, you know, ran across some type of knowledge or somebody giving away knowledge, if y'all ain't never run across that, it's just not meant for you to figure it out yet. Because me personally, when I was going through that, I was on the hunt for the knowledge. Like, I was hunting for it. I wanted it so, but I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know what I was looking for, but I was just looking for something to really give me some type of guidance. And a lot of people, they get so caught up on, you know, what things seem like and how they should be moving, that they only get a third person point of view, and they never live it for themselves. And when you live like that, when you just watching on the sideline and you are trying to understand from the sideline, you're never gonna really understand. You just think you understand. You know, you can. It's like a JJ Redick versus talking about basketball versus Stephen A. Smith. Like, yeah, that motherfucker Stephen A. Smith can sell a basketball. He can sell the fuck out of a story. You know what I'm saying? And he can make it sound good. But JJ Redick knows more about basketball, because the terms he coming with, the shit that he talking about, and the way he delivered talking about basketball, is shit that I personally never thought of. It's shit that I personally never heard about. You know what I'm saying? I never heard about some of the terms that he says. But realistically, he's in the NBA. I'm not. And that's what it is. It's like, there's levels to this shit. Just because you pick up a basketball and you shoot a couple threes and they go in, doesn't make you better than Steph Curry. It doesn't make you just as good as Steph Curry. If somebody say, if you hit a game winner and you win that game, it don't make you as deadly as a Ray Allen. You know what I'm saying? It don't mean that you as good as hit. It don't mean that everybody gonna trust you as just as much as Ray Allen that's shooting three. Not just because he hit game winners, but because he won a 3-point contest, because he is known for shooting threes in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? It's levels. But you gotta respect the levels. See, a lot of motherfuckers, they want to just get to that point, and they don't really want to respect the levels. They just want to lie and pretend and just jump there. Like, hopefully I just jumped there and I'm there now, you know. But the truth is, bro, you can't just jump there. You know, you have to figure it out and then eventually get there. You know, some people, they never get there because they're so busy pretending, they're so busy lying. And they sons, and you got some people who have a lineage of just weak suckers. And you can't get mad at that, because that's the way the world goes. If you are in this situation where your fathers and your uncles are suckers, you have to branch out. You have to be the first guy. You know, thankfully, you know, at least you get to experience the journey of being versus you never experiencing it. That's how you got to look at it. You know, you got to be thankful for the fact that you at where you at with it. Because a lot of motherfuckers, they're not grateful. They decide to, and they're not happy about the situation, so they decide to blame the world, but not even realizing that them blaming the world, it doesn't change their actual situation. It just makes their situation even worse. And what you got to realize about this, y'all, is that that's going to feed into you looking for things to feel good about it. It's not going to feed into you figuring out how to never experience this again. Instead of that, you're going to go drink. Instead of trying to go figure it out and putting yourself in situations that's uncomfortable so you can stop being uncomfortable, or you can get better, or whatever the case might be, instead of you doing that, what you going to do? You're going to drink. You're going to smoke. You're going to, go on a fucking, what they say, gooning episode, whatever the fuck they start to talk about. Y'all going to do all of that. You're going to chill with those friends who validate you, who make you feel good about where you at right now. And you don't feel good about where you at right now. But they going to make you feel good about it. And then whenever you talk about it, they ain't going to give you no solutions. They ain't going to make you feel less of a person for it. They going to say, bro, this is what you got to do, bro. Stop acting like a bitch. Like, they ain't going to tell you that. They going to say, bro, it's cool, bro. Everybody do that. Everybody go through that. I went through that. Or, they going to tell you, yeah, bro, these women be wilding. Or they going to tell you, yeah, bro, she just was crazy. They going to tell you everything that you're not supposed to hear, because they don't really give a fuck about you improving. They just want you to feel good because it's the way that they do. It's what they do for themselves. But in reality, bro, it's going to be a repeat effect. Like, it's literally insane. Like, it's insane. It's literally you would literally be insane. And it's like, it's a form of really not loving yourself. It's crazy that I know it's crazy how it sounds, but it really is a form of you just not loving who you are. You don't really respect who you are. You don't really you don't really believe in your own abilities enough to really get you moving forward. And when that happens, you only attract people who are not good for you, and you only attract people that you really don't want around you. Like, I understand that sounds crazy, but once you start loving yourself, you're going to realize very quickly that you don't really want certain people around you, and they might like your company and they might like being around you, but they're not good for you. You know what I'm saying? They are not, and y'all can still be friends. Y'all can still be cool, but it's like, in the back of your mind, man, this nigga only here to validate me. He don't really give a fuck about me for real. He just want me to keep him company. And that's the way the world really works. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this nigga, he don't really want to learn from me. He not really listening to me. He just want me to listen to him. And that's not how that's how the world really works. You know what I'm saying? That's how the world really works. Like, how a lot of people in the world work, but they are losers. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might, and I would hate to admit, I don't really hate to admit it, but I hated to admit that at one point about my friends, is that a good bit of them were losers. Some of them were losers. Like, they were losers, bro. When I go back and I talk to them and I have a conversation with some of, like, my old buddies from back in the day, bro, I'll be like, bro, you stuck. You sound like the way you talking, it's like, bro, you stuck. It sound like you're stuck. It don't really sound like you're going to get where you want to get to in life, bro. And then when they talk about their women, you hear different stories about their women. You hear stories that they say, and you hear stories that the whole group says about their woman and what she says. And it's like, one thing about me, you gonna know if it's meant for you to know, which you're not about to really know what's going on with me. But at the end of the day, I'm not about to deal with a woman that's disrespecting me. But some guys will, because she's fine as fuck. Like, she have a fat ass, thick thighs, a pretty face, and nice long natural hair. She can get away with whatever the fuck she want to get away with. And a lot of guys live like that. You know what I'm saying? She fine to you. She allowed to do whatever she wants. She can get, I'm gonna let that slide because, fuck it. She don't know no better. It's not loving yourself. You know what I'm saying? And they live their life that way. Oh man, I know what I want to do in my life, but I just don't know, like, I don't know what to start with it. I don't know what to, they give themselves every excuse. And I'm telling y'all what everything that I told y'all previously, it comes in many forms that you're not good without a woman. I ain't gonna lie, like, it's crazy, but it's so true. Like, you have to be good without a woman. You gotta be good without validation. Fuck a woman. You gotta be good without validation. Like, no one, you gotta live without no one getting validation from nobody and be okay with that. And if somebody got a problem with that, tell them to kick rocks. You know, you think somebody got a problem with that, it's because cool, I just don't agree with you. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case might be, you got to be able to be good without it. And the only way you can set yourself up like that is to understand that it's up to you to validate what you think. It's up to you to validate your moves. It's up to you to validate your actions. It's up to you to go at it in a way where you're thinking about what you're thinking about and what you're doing to get the result that you want out of it. Or you're thinking about what you're thinking about and you're like, what do I think about that? And that's it. Because in that way, you're going to start operating a truth that's aligned with you rather than something that you think you should be doing. And that's going to fuck you up every single time, bro. Because when you're moving in a way that you think you should be doing, that's when you're going to start living a lie. You know what I'm saying? You're going to start living a lie. So that's all I really got for y'all, bro. This how y'all really get over this obstacle with the dating. Y'all ain't never gonna have, if y'all get over that obstacle, bro, y'all ain't gonna never have that problem again. I gave y'all the solution. I gave y'all the game. You know what I'm saying? If y'all don't understand, man, go back and watch it again, bro. I gave y'all the fucking game. So y'all know what y'all gotta do. Y'all know where y'all going with this, and y'all know where y'all know where y'all gotta push forward to. This is IQ Domino. Y'all want to get on one-on-one with me, go to my calendar, set up an interview, and I'm gonna get with y'all. And if y'all want to just get the game and want to just get into it, y'all don't want to conversate with me, cool. Go to the Patreon. Y'all can go watch my videos, and y'all can just get all of the game that I have on your self-improvement so you can be good without it, which makes you more attractive anyway. But yeah, bro. And get this video. If you learned something, which you motherfucking did, especially if you at this point, you learned something, nigga. Leave a like. Subscribe, because I drop content like this all the time, man. I'm going to see y'all when I see y'all, man. Peace.